Shalom. Finally, I think this broadcast is going out. I tried an earlier broadcast with the previous system. Shalom. OBS, and it wasn't. YouTube has changed its things. Excusing the excuses. Look, this is mainly for Globalings, and this is the last time that I actually really engage with a Globaling like I'm going to show. Look, it's very simple. This should tell you all you need to know. Okay, regarding geometry and the shape of the Earth. It's kind of simple to follow. Look, this is the key point. You see how that's not on the surface of the Earth for it to be a right angle? You understand? So for this to be on the surface of the Earth, you'd have to lower this, right? Which would either change it and no longer be a right angle, or shift this too and lean it down towards you, which doesn't really happen in the real world. It's kind of simple, and this is the problem with you Globalings. You think in terms of very complicatedness, and therefore, if you don't get your complicatedness, you're just not getting reality. And we are saying, no, it's really simple. It's as simple as this, dim. It really is. Remember, your complicatedness tells you that there's a star in our galaxy that's older than our galaxy. Okay? It tells you that you can go faster than the speed of time as long as you're not moving. You know, silly things like that. So what I'm going to do, if you bear with me, guys, is I'm going to screen share, but I don't know that I have the correct screen up because this is a new system. I might have, so let me check. Right. Oh, Loki wants to play. Okay, just bear with me. Screen share. Okay. I think this. Yes. Okay. This is a video from Wolfie6020. We don't have to watch it. The main point is to highlight this was posted on March 24th, 2019. If you watch the video, you'll see it's just a video, a sunset observation, but the sun is setting. We must be rolling away from it. That's why it's setting. Can't be that the Earth is flat. And what this is showing is only the equipment and the sunset. You notice there's no gyro or anything like that. Okay, now let me screen share a different screen. And this is why I say this is the last time that I actually deal with this, because not with him specifically, with any of them directly, because it's a waste of time. I'm working on something that's much more interesting, but hey, you know, suppose we all have our bad habits. So now I'm going to share this. I'm just going to read this long exchange between Wolfie and several other people and myself. And I have to say, I really enjoyed writing these exchanges. He's going to hear nothing more. But I'm going to read these, okay? These were posted in the last video, How to Embarrass a Globalink. He starts off, so I'm going to read. So you guys, this is going to be mainly me reading. Okay. He starts off, come on, mate, as if this is part of a conversation. Like, this is the first I'm let in on this, you know, but I guess some people just don't really get time and sequencing and how that works. He starts off, come on, mate, are you afraid of meeting the wolf pack face to face? We don't bite. Who else is going to offer you 5-star accommodation, free meals, and a shiny new laptop just for coming to Australia? You have been whining about my gyro experiment for a long time, even though I showed you a video and you totally failed your part of the deal. That didn't happen, folks, but never mind. So now you have an opportunity to see it with your own eyes in person. Yeah, that's what with your own eyes would mean. Oh, well, never mind. In person, not through Skype. Great. Are you really going to backpedal? Come to Australia. Are you just a chicken like Jaren and Phuket Word? I also offered it to Chippy the Chipmunk. He especially declined and then gave the FE game away entirely. Wonderful. I want to show you my gyro experiment in person so you cannot claim any trickery. When we have video of you watching that little gyro drifting undeniably, then you can present your working map, the formula and the flight plan as per our original deal. Be sure to bring it with you. Don't backpedal now. I don't want to hear any lame excuses, mate. You sit at home on weekends talking to your computer in the dark. You clearly don't have a job or a woman in your life, so you are free to up and travel at whim. Not really. I have family. I have children, Wolfie. I've told you several times. Unless you are under house arrest, that would be a valid excuse. So are you? Yes or no? The Hyatt Regency Sydney is wonderful. You will get my full elite status benefits whilst there, and it is 2 minutes from Darling Harbour and some awesome restaurants. That has to be better than smoking yourself into an early grave sitting at home like a loser. The fresh air and sunshine will do wonders for you. Life, be in it, mate. You're obsessed about the wolf pack. Now you can meet the objects of your obsession in person. You claim to know shape of the earth, and here is an opportunity to travel it yourself. The best travel offer you will ever have. 100% genuine offer. Just ask Greater Sapien. He accepted my previous offer and had a fabulous trip. The ball is in your court. Don't fumble it. And I'm going to read all of the replies. No Fanfare, who lives in Australia, writes, "What fresh air, Dillbrain. I've been breathing bushfire smoke for about 3 months. You're flitting all over the world with gear for filming. Why don't you just go to the UK? Instead of that load of bullshit." I'm not swearing. Although, wait, no, this is not for children. Instead of that load of bullshit. Wolfie replies to him, "Do you live in Sydney, mate?" "No, I didn't think so." "Do you think he would arrive tomorrow?" The 5 Wolfpack. What's this? Do you think he would arrive tomorrow? This... Anyway, we're not going to diagnose. We're not going to prognosticate. We're just going to exemplify. We're just going to highlight Wolfie's mentality, his brain, what's happening here. The 5 Wolfpack members are in Australia, mate. It makes far more sense for him to come here than the 5 of us to travel to the UK. Why are your panties in a twist over this anyway? I wasn't even talking to you. Hey, Wolfie, the same way that you can chip in other people's conversations, other people can chip in yours. See how it works? Feeling left out, are we? Because nobody wasted their time on your silly little channel? Call the Salvos, mate. They care. For those who don't know, the Salvos will be the Salvation Army. Okay, wonderful. I reply to Wolfie, "You have been whining about my gyro experiment for a long time, even though I showed you a video and you totally failed your part of the deal." Well, that never happened. Don't tell me you've taken the movie Joker to heart. In the movie Joker, this person has all kinds of fantasies and he thinks they're really real. It's only a movie, mate. As for your offer, you're on. Of course, you'll have to pay the flight. You can thank the daytime, nighttime guys for me not trusting anyone's words. Yeah, I could fly there myself. Well, I'm not going to fly there like, "Oh, look at him. We didn't even turn up to me." So, and let's face it, considering the first sentence in this reply, which is, "You have been whining about something that didn't happen." Okay. So considering, where is it? The first sentence in this reply, any reasonable person would also doubt you. You showed me a video. But now you have a gyro already and set. But instead of making a video, much like the Dutch guy, you'd sooner I come to see it in person? Okay, you're on. There are people that like to visit in Smoky Oz, so the trip will certainly be welcome. Now, don't get your panties in a twist if I don't hop on the next flight. I have more important things to do first. So you'll forgive me if I take my time. But hey, at least I have more than the sense of completion to look forward to, eh? Wink. The one replies, "I honestly can't believe there are a group of grown men and one tranny call themselves the Wolfpack. It's really, really gay." Wolfie replies to me, "Oh, here we go. The offer was your expenses whilst in Australia and a new laptop. A better offer already than you will get anywhere else. Now you want me to pay for your tickets too? Laugh out loud. Can't you afford them? Okay, you want to you want to renegotiate the offer. Sure. Show me your map, formula and flight plan as per our original deal." For those who don't already know, the original deal, what happened was this. Wolfie put out this challenge out there for flat earthers to create a flight plan on a flat earth. He knows that they would be using the Gleasons and therefore it's moot. So I made my map. I said, "Sure, I'll take you up on that. But first, you must show a video of continuous footage of a gyro drifting appropriately for your location." So showing the correct apparent drift. That was the original deal. But here, look at what he said. You want to renegotiate? Sure. Show me your map. Formula and flight plan. Like, oh, no. First you show the gyro vid. He's like, he can't win, and he just can't get his head around not being able to win. Anyway, you'll have to do that anyway when you see the gyro experiment. Yes, that's fine. That's totally fine. Do you have any criminal history or record of drug abuse? If I am paying for your tickets into Australia, I want to know that first. We have sniffer dogs at airports and they can run criminal history checks. Wait, sniffer dogs can run criminal history checks? No, I know what you're saying. On you. We have sniffer dogs at airports and they can run criminal history checks on you. So if you get pulled up by customs on arrival, I don't want that coming back on me. Just be honest. No need to tell me that publicly. Send me an email, but you have to be honest about it. I asked the same of GS and he had no issues with it. The video I referred to has been linked for you several times on your channel. Remember that I started showing a video from the 24th of March of a sunset? That's the video he's referring to. It has no gyroscope. Huh. He hasn't linked a video to me with a gyro showing the correct apparent drift at all, like ever. But he's fantasizing, just like he fantasizes that he can double a cube. He's fantasizing that he's done that already. Just like in the film Joker, Joker fantasizes that the Wayne family, his parents, that Mr. Wayne is his father. He's just fantasizing. Anyway, it is still there and was posted on March 2019. I just showed it isn't. Okay. Shortly after I got back from the long USA trip, exactly as I told you at the time. Okay. I'm not going to editorialize here because I editorialize pretty much. I correct this in my response. Do you deny telling me your gyro motor broke? I don't expect you to jump on the first flight at all. I know it takes time to arrange this. Take all the time you want. Show me your flight plan, formula and map as I originally requested, and the tickets are yours whenever you want them. You see? So it goes from come here and show the map after you've seen the video, but show me the map first and then I give you the tickets. Like, he's not very good at bluffing. And the only reason I am doing this is because I want to see your flight plan. Yes, I think you're a bit anxious. The formula and the map that works. If you can't do that, the offer of expenses whilst here and a laptop stands as stated. Then when you see this doesn't quite make sense. If you can't do that, as in show a flight plan and the map, if you can't do that, the offer of expenses whilst here and laptop stands as stated. Then when you see the gyro experiment, you will have to publicly admit that you cannot uphold your end of the deal and therefore accept defeat. I stand by my offers. Ask Greater Sapien and all those who received prizes and gifts over the years. Then he replies to the one, well, I guess you totally missed the joke there. I honestly find it hard to believe there are grown men and women who think the earth is flat, but I have learned that there are disorders that make people blind, such as dyscalculia and aphantasia. So I guess someone who suffers from those and is gullible enough could be duped by such a silly internet scam. So the flat earth, folks, it's just an internet scam. That's all it is. Then Logo 6, this is a very bright guy, writes to the one, and how would you call a group of grown-ups calling themselves flat earthers? Well, realists, that's a way. No fanfare, writes, oh, do you need the others to hold your paw up? I doubt you've even met the rest of the cubs. Sorry, puppies. Cubs are bears. Wolfie writes to no fanfare. Still feeling left out, mate? This conversation has nothing to do with you, and you are clearly way behind. I already know you are not smart enough to produce a flight plan that works. You can't think in 3D, even though most of No Fanfare has made lots of videos demonstrating 3D qualities of the world and possible 3D nature of the constellations. But no, Wolfie says, you can't think in 3D and therefore the EQ mount totally eludes you. You can't even speak properly. That is why I generally just ignore you. I was feeling generous today as it is almost Christmas, so you got a response. I know how much you cried in the past when I ignore you. Nah, he points out that you ignore him and don't answer directly because you're afraid, Wolfie. That's what he points out. You're not crying, just highlighting it and having a good chuckle while doing it too. I am more than happy to hop up next time I'm in the UK and meet him, but I won't go there uninvited, and he has not invited me. Seems like he wants to come to Australia anyway, so unless you want to help him financially too, then maybe just butt out. Then where's Wally, that guy, the guy with a torch? He writes to the one, seriously? Are you still in school? Who uses gay as an insult anymore? Do keep up. Green Grub replies, do you have a criminal record or history of drug abuse? How ironic. Oz is a continent full of convicts and smackheads. Now owned by China, by the way. Goodbye, Australia. Then he adds to Where's Wally? Who uses gay anymore as an insult? Pretty much everyone who isn't falling in line with all the communist LGBT is normal bollocks. But then again, you lot are clearly easily brainwashed into accepting and believing the latest opinion, just like the 500-year Jesuit light, gullible fox. Wolfie writes to Green Grub, well, it is only 1 in 5 that has a convict heritage. Only 1 in 5! Hey, that's perfectly fine of any nation. Only if 1 in 5 has a convict heritage, that means 80% of the population do not. Oh, your claim that it is full of convicts is not true at all. My great-grandfather came here from the UK by choice, and my mother came from Italy by choice. Regardless, the point remains. Ew, wait a second. Oh, never mind. I was going to make a really sly joke. Regardless, the point remains, I don't buy international airline tickets for drug users or those with a criminal history. If Antonio has no record, then he has nothing to worry about. If he balks at this request, then perhaps he is hiding something. As I said, GS had no issue with it. You really should figure out the geometry of the EQ mount. It is getting embarrassing now. The EQ mount irrefutably proves you live on a ball and confirms the circumference is 21,600 nautical miles. What part of the geometry do you still not understand? Denying this reality only proves you don't understand the geometry of how they work. That proves we are right about flat earthers being geometry blind, so it is a checkmate. You cannot win. Remember the triangle I showed at the beginning? Yeah, the Globians they can't grasp that very simple concept. Go and spend some time trying to understand why this geometry eludes you when most of society can understand it easily. Look at how Antonio runs from any questions requiring a real math answer. Why are all flatties weak at math too? That should give you a clue. Hey, Wolfie, remember when I showed in decimal places how much illumination over the Earth and how much that 0.02% extra illumination beyond the Terminator is what it equates to in miles? Remember that? Remember when I showed in 6 decimal places the shallower curvature of the elevation of Lake Michigan? Oh, no, I'm telling you maths. No. Anyway, fantasists. Green Grub writes, EQ mount, when polar aligned and in use, can accurately track the star circling overhead relative to the motionless flat plane. It is only a matter of actually seeing a different perspective from what we were all taught in school. You need eyes to see, ears to hear, and an ego small enough to allow you even to attempt to play devil's advocate on occasion. EQ mounts do not prove spinning globe. They were obviously designed to track star movement across the night sky. No ball required. If the stars were on a horizontal ecliptic rotating around an axis directly overhead, an AZ mount only would be required. As the stars circle around a center axis offset at 23.4 degrees, an EQ mount can compensate. It's about time you idiots wake up and realize you've been had, as we all have. Jesuits, Copernicus, flipped flat Earth in the beginning to fake a ball in endless space. All that is needed to flip it back and give it some consideration. Something you shills, your ego, will never allow you to do. This was my awakening on one long night of doing astrophotography. You soon realize the truth. Globers still have not one valid proof of a globe that also cannot be applied to a flat, motionless plane. Stupid people, mind you, most men will say absolutely anything for the right price. Wolfie replies, well, that comment only confirms you actually don't understand how they work. yeah, that comment, yeah. You did astrophotography, you still don't understand how they work. Yeah. What was the point of that? All you did was prove me right again. It is exactly the type of response I keep getting from flatties, a total floundering of words that proves you still don't have a clue how they work. You don't even understand why they don't work on a flat earth, do you? No, Wolfie, you don't understand the flat earth, eh? You only have a toy globe world in your brain, you don't have the real world. The EQ mount irrefutably proves you live on a ball. Denying that proves you don't understand the geometry of how they work. You definitely just confirmed that you don't. You have never even used one, have you? You did mention astrophotography, just thought I'd mention that. Try again. Explain to me how to drift align an EQ mount in the southern hemisphere. This will verify if you actually do know how they work or not. Show me how the polar alignment works on a flat earth with a model. Show me how the mount can track any star in the sky from any observation on Earth when polar aligned using a single axis of rotation at a constant rate. Show me how the mount tracks the sun using 15 degrees per hour from any location on Earth with a single axis with a physical model, thanks. Show me a physical flat Earth model that requires 1 degree of alignment change for every 60 nautical mile change of latitude, and how that works for every star in the sky equally. We have done all of the above with physical models of the globe, so I am not interested in lame excuses. Just do it or meet defeat. Wait a minute. You say you have done all the above with physical models of the globe? I don't think you have. I think you've done mostly with CGI computer programs. Yeah. And placed a laser on a globe and said, look, if you rotate, the laser makes circles. Like, ooh, wow. So I'm not interested in lame excuses. Just do it or admit defeat. See, with Wolfie, it's all about other people that admitting defeat. Therefore, he can be victorious. Good luck. Every time a flat earther exposes himself as not understanding the EQ mount, it is an easy win for me and another confirmation of your geometry blindness. No Fanfare writes, that's funny. I was animating a 3D model. Remember, Wolfie accused No Fanfare of not being able to think in 3D. So he replies, that's funny. I was animating a 3D model, which is uploaded now. Well, you are saying, I don't understand 3D. Laugh on the floor, laughing. The more I converse with you, the more I know you don't know. You either assume much or lie. So which is it? No fanfare. Wolfie writes, no fanfare. I have seen your silly cartoons, mate. His silly cartoons? His computer rendered demonstrations. Oh yeah, they're silly cartoons. Okay. We've seen NASA's silly cartoons, Wolfie. Anyway, I have seen your silly cartoons, mate. Now it demonstrates how the EQ mount works with a physical model, thanks. I would just sit back and laugh, watching you fail to make excuses. Well, fail or make excuses. Just letting you know, Wolfie, he could do it with his dome thing that he did about a year ago, not longer. Go ahead and explain how to drift align one of the southern hemisphere. Each step and why it is necessary. Use your own words. This will be good. Or use your 3D modeling to produce a real flight plan that works. You can't do that either, and you know it, which proves I am right anyway. You never learn, mate. You get totally creamed every time you butt into one of my threads, and I do it without even trying. This is why you're boring and still running a tiny irrelevant channel. No fanfare. Should I assume a sphere or an oblate spheroid? You know this. Model everything on a physical, make a physical model. Okay. So he's saying, should I assume a sphere or an oblate spheroid? Does it work the same in the north as in the south? Not to mention the equator where the ball is 14 miles higher. Maybe you should get someone to do a north-south EQ mount sync with you. A pair of them. A pair, pair as in the fruit. Haha, you know what I mean. Laugh out loud. Wolfie writes back, you are the one who sorry. You are the one who thinks you know how it works. So why are you asking me if it works the same in the north as in the south? Like I said, I would just sit back and laugh watching you fail or making excuses. Why are you even talking about a ball? You have to show me how it works on a flat earth. So what are you waiting for? We did it with a globe long ago. Was it an oblate spheroid? Those vids are on my channel. I am off to bed. I'll check back here tomorrow. Monday. Family time tomorrow. I'm sure you will have a perfect working FE model by then. Laugh out loud. I already know you will fail because your geometry can't work on a flat earth. Hey, geometry works in the real world. Oh, geometry works in the real world. Doesn't work on a ball. Try it and you will agree I am right. Wolfie writes. No fanfare writes back. What are you on about, knucklehead? Where have I ever said anything about the EQ mounts work? About how the EQ mounts work? You're the one spulking them. So, do they work on an oblate spheroid or not? Stupid monkey writes, take the offer, Antonio. We can do a lunch or dinner. My treat. No flat earth talk required. Wolfie, who doesn't want to talk to no fanfare, keeps talking to no fanfare. Laugh out loud. Thanks for the admission you don't understand how they work, which proves me right again. He didn't admit that. He said, what the heck are you talking about? By asking if they work the same in the north or the south, you have proven you don't understand how they work at all. He's asking you to check for yourself, Wolfie. If you understood how they worked, you would not be a flatty. See how easily that was for me to confirm you don't even know how they work on a ball? Asking if they work on an oblate spheroid again confirms you have no understanding of how to align one. Not a clue. Of course they work on an oblate spheroid. That was all covered more than a year ago. You are way behind. Now show me how they work on a flat earth. That is the only way you can debunk your claim that they prove the globe. Good luck. You will fail because they can't work on a flat earth. Their geometry fails completely. How you guys still can't understand that is hilarious. Try with a physical model, thanks. Don't give me CGI and cartoons. All you have done here is derail their thread and prove me right once again by showing the audience that yet another flatty still doesn't know how an EQ mount works. Like I said, you get creamed every time, but you never learn. This is why I usually ignore you. It's so easy to defeat you that it feels like kicking a lame dog. No challenge at all. Guitar Prism writes, thou doth protest too much. One does not argue with a crazy person with regards to their delusions. Yet you do. Tells me more than your comments ever will. Either you are mad as a hatter or shill with an agenda. I vote for the latter. Take care and good luck. No need to respond. I'm good. That was from Guitar Prism. No fanfare writes. You also did a video about flat earthers not being able to focus cameras, and you did a short tutorial, sort of, and I've seen other Globlings trying to mock about it too. You should really give us all a caning and do a video focusing in on Sirius and show us all how it looks like the NASA and indoctrination textbook shots. You won't, because you can't. Now this is my reply. Wolfie, no criminal record, no drug convictions or use to worry about. Keep the laptop, and I have in the past, of course, but I don't have any kind of convictions and stuff. Keep the laptop on 5-star hotel fees so the flight tickets won't make such a dent. I'll find my own lodgings. We'll bring the maps with coordinates so you can do the plotting yourself. Let's face it, that's what you'll want to do after I show you anyway. And yes, you can draw on them if you like. But this session must be videoed, if not streamed live. Looking forward to this. Thanks. Jose Rodriguez writes, come on, sir. He knows the earth is round. Why do you think his eyes are brown? Because he is from Spain? No, because he is full of shit. That's why. That was written by Jose Rodriguez. Wolfie replies, I hope this isn't boring for you guys. To me, thanks for answering on the record and drug history. The tickets and accommodation make no dent at all. They are peanuts, so no need to concern yourself. Aside from that, I would be using points anyway. Hotel loyalty and frequent flyer points. I have millions of them. Your entire trip will cost me nothing. Well, nothing is even less than peanuts. Just a laptop. Oh, but again, that is peanuts. Remember, I said to him, keep the laptop and keep the hotel. But sorry, mate, you are backpedaling furiously once again. That is not even close to what I requested from the original, and again now. Coordinates? Laugh out loud. And I do the plotting myself? Oh dear, dude, you can't be serious. You want to film me producing your flight plan? Because you can't do it? Don't make me laugh. No, mate. You need to give me the full flight plan that works, including fuel calculations and PNRs and critical points. That is what you have to produce, the whole shebang. Plus a single formula based on a flat Earth, your map, that is used to calculate the distances between each waypoint that works uniformly all over your map. We are not in play school, buddy. This was a flight plan challenge for real men. Obviously, you can't do that. That was my original claim, as I knew it from the start. And all you have ever done since is repeatedly confirm I am right. No, Wolfie, all I have ever done since is repeatedly claim that you're late on your gyro drift video. Remember, the whole point of this saga is to prove that you can't produce a full and real flight plan that works in a real aircraft on the real Earth using your map. That's the whole point of this saga. No, the whole point of this saga is to show to the world and him and his wolf pack, his bear cubs, that he can't make a gyroscope show the correct apparent drift for his location. That was our deal, mate. No, the deal was not that I show you that something can't be done on my map, Dim Dim. That was our deal, mate. You have been backpedaling and desperately trying to change it ever since because you can't do it. Gosh, look, again, I've said, Wolfie, many times, why are you late with your video? You're late with your video. Have you balanced your gyro yet? And all of that stuff. That's not backpedaling. That's saying, come on, get on with it, dude. Or just accept defeat if you want. You know, that this winning, victory and defeat thing being such a big deal for you. Up to you. I don't mind you ending in an abyss of never-ending inability to make a gyro drift appropriately. Anyway, you have been backpedaling and desperately trying to change it ever since because you can't do it. Remember the thing where he said earlier, I passed you a video, and like, no, that didn't happen. The heck are you talking about? Well, same thing here. Yeah, I keep backpedaling. Like, no, that hasn't happened. It's been the same all of the time. First he makes a video, then I make the plan. If you want the tickets, then you produce the full flight plan, the formula and the map that actually works first. Shouldn't you first have the map, not the other way around? Anyway, I made you a fair and generous offer, and all you want to do now is change it completely. Why? Are you intimidated by the 5-star accommodation? Totally out of your comfort zone, is it? Feel more at home in a backpacker? In a backpackers? No, I feel more at home with like real people who don't smile because they're being paid to smile, and I prefer sheets that maybe just one set of jeans has slept in instead of a few thousand. As you clearly cannot produce a flight plan, formula, and a map that satisfies my challenge, here is an alternative and final offer. See, all of this is bluster. This is all a way for him to say, and therefore I'm not making the drift gyro video. That's what he's doing. And by the way, he's doing this because he's really kind of hurt that I've been showing the cosmology for their globe is such a crackpot broken cosmology. That's all of this comment is all on the back of these videos I've been making. Anyway, so in a video that remains on your channel for at least 6 months, this is his alternate offer. Offer 1, Antonio, you do everything, or do this other thing. Like, no. Look, Wolfie, let me say again. The original challenge, which was accepted, was based on the condition that you first produce a gyro drift video. One long scene, remember I said. That was the first condition. Once you've met that, then I get on and draw and develop a flight plan. First, you do that. No, well, we can pretend like I've done that, and now you have to do your side, Antonio. No, no, no. So anyway, in a video that remains on your channel for at least 6 months, 1, you publicly admit you failed my challenge. You publicly admit that you cannot produce a real flight plan that works on, and that Wolfie was right. Wow. You probably wait. Oh, just remember something, Wolfie. You haven't addressed how Wes Wally showed from your own video the horizon drastically lower versus your HUD. You've not addressed that yet. But I'm going to let that slide because I'm not going to entertain you any further because you are a waste of time. Anyway, 3, you publicly admit that you're part of the deal. You publicly admit that your part of the deal you keep mentioning required a real flight plan, a map that works, and a formula from you that you cannot produce any of those. Okay, that's not very good English, but okay. No, I'm going to carry on saying you have to make your video first, Wolfie. Publicly admit that you told me your gyro motor broke after I told you how to do the gyro experiment correctly. Oh, wow, the poor delusional. But this will become clear. I apologize to your subs for only telling them half of the full story each time. Do all that to the letter, not leaving out one detail, and you can have their tickets, and I will post my gyro video publicly, and then we are done. You see how you got the sequencing wrong? Yeah. First gyro vid, then flight plan. The gyro moves and never remains stationary at all. I told you that 9 months ago. He didn't. The original offer still stands because I don't backpedal. That is what you do. Look, Wolfie, the deal was you produce the video first. Once you've done that, I produce a flight plan. Who's backpedaling? Oh. Then he writes enough fanfare. Well behind again. I did it on Arcturus. Funny how you immediately changed the subject away from EQ mounts too. Laugh out loud. So predictable. That is what flatties do. When cornered, they try to change the subject. You are hopeless. Still waiting for you to show me how the EQ mount works on a flat earth with a physical model. Stay focused and don't try to change the subject again. Notice how Wolfie, who's in the southern hemisphere, as is not fanfare, isn't saying a single word about the South Celestial Pole. Why is that? Because no fanfare modeled it with lights. Like, hey, here stars rotating in the north, here stars rotating in the south. The same lights. Interesting, huh? I'm rotating the opposite way. Anyway, then he writes to Jose Rodriguez. Yes, I totally agree. He is full of it. Watching him backpedal and obfuscate on this helps others see it too. Oh, yeah, poor Deludo. So I write, geez, so much for protesting at an offer for you to check the details by plotting it yourself. Otherwise, how will you know the details come from my map? But that's okay. I'll do it and leave you to ponder it afterwards. We'll leave you a map. But no, you now seem to have gone weak at the knees with all your bluster, and yet you are not fooling anyone intelligent here. When you write 4, publicly admit that you told me your gyro motor broke after I told you how to do the gyro experiment properly. And further, the gyro proves and the gyro moves and never remains stationary at all. I told you that 9 months ago. You failed to point out that 1, you explained by way of excuse that you could not get your gyro balanced and that's why it moved continuously. And 2, you did not tell me how to do it properly. You told me you couldn't produce the video yet because you couldn't get your gyro balanced. So what are you doing? You are claiming to have a gyro vid ready to go, but want to show me the gyro drifting in person, not the video, right? I have accepted. Now you seem worried. Hence all your bluster and all your claims that I am backpedaling. Dude, I have accepted your offer to settle the challenge in person. So be a man. As for your sly digs about me not being comfortable in a 5-star hotel, that's right. I am not comfortable in 5-star hotels. Why? Well, apart from preferring to sleep on sheets that thousands of people have not slept in, I cannot guarantee a Wi-Fi/EMF free zone in a 5-star hotel. In fact, they tend to make a big song and dance for the ignorant about having Wi-Fi freely available. But I suppose someone of your class doesn't quite understand what qualities you're showing. Quel dommage. Now, for the pedantics out there, or for the pedants, EMF free. You cannot have really an EMF free zone. That would be impossible. Okay. But I hope you understand what I'm referring to. An area that has no Wi-Fi and no other Wi-Fi like communication systems that all fall under the umbrella of EMF. Okay. I'm not saying with no light even. No. Okay, so then Jose Rodriguez, I write, Mongo, my eyes are green. This is the guy who said, his eyes are brown because they're full of shit. Like, dude, my eyes are green. Wolfie writes back, what I have required of you has never changed, mate. Yes, of course I protest when you, 1, try to shift the goalpost, 2, backpedal, 3, leave out relevant and significant details each time you tell the story. It's been the same story all the time because it doesn't change. Your map has already failed my requirements. No, but he's very anxious about it, by the way, because he did a flight, I mentioned, he did a flight from Denver to Hawaii to New Zealand. And I said, hey, if you plot this on my map, it's looking very, very close to what your globe supposedly says. Silence. He went silent. He's worried. But I'm going to tell you just an absolute brilliant caveat, which shows that we are working with a Dunning-Kruger guy. At the end of this, Alex, I'll tell you. I'll just point blank tell you that what a moron. Ugh. Your map has already failed my requirements. No point wasting your time with that map. I cannot achieve what I asked. It cannot achieve what I asked of you. Remember, our deal was made before you showed your map. Flight plans, maps, and international navigation are my bread and butter. I am a professional international pilot and flight instructor. I don't need to plot your coordinates on your map. I already know it cannot do what I requested of you. I want to see your entire flight plan and will verify it in the navigation system of a real aircraft. The formula you show me will also tell me all I need to know about your coordinates. Like I said, we are not in play school. We don't flight plan with cardboard and crayons, mate. We use formulas based on a ball and real math. Oh, do you really? So do you have a FE map that satisfies the requirements of my challenge? Yes or no? Well, let me tell you this, Dim Dim. If your formulas are based on a ball, then my flat map are not going to work with those formulas, are they, Dim Dim? So do you have an FE map that satisfies the requirements of my challenge? Yes or no? Yes, I do have a map. No, you're going to have to rewrite your formula. Yeah. Do you have a formula based on that map? Yes or no? Will do when I complete the whole challenge after you show your video, but you're not going to show your video, so I can just put that off till the day I'm bored. Do you have a formula based on that map? Yes or no? I just answered that. Now you're blatantly lying, mate. I told you that I have my gyro perfectly balanced and the bearings lubed with high quality lube many times. He falls on this many times. I've told you many times. Yeah. I know beyond a shadow of doubt that you're a liar now. Oh, really? Have you accepted my offer? It seems that you keep trying to change it. Oh, I made it quite clear. Said it several times. The offer was accommodation while here and a laptop. Is that the offer you accepted? Yes or no? He seems fixated on this. It's a bit creepy. So when are you coming? Give me an idea of when. Just a month is enough for now. A Wi-Fi and EMF free zone, yet you sit in front of your computer for hours each day. Yes, you might have noticed my background, the military grade shielding. Yeah. Do you really wonder why you get migraines, mate? I don't get migraines, mate. I got migraines way before way before computer days. I got migraines way before that. I don't get them anymore because I got a day piercing. You will struggle to find a Wi-Fi free zone anywhere in Sydney, mate. Telstra air coverage is everywhere. Then I won't stay in Sydney. Oh, I'll take my sensor and see how heavy it is. I mean, you know, could be light, in which case it's fine. You are scared to sleep in a hotel bed? Okay. Misophobic, huh? Oh, they have a thing with these phobic things. Okay, that actually explains a lot. I picked you as OCD long ago. Wow, if I'm not if I'm not the most stereotypically OCD person anyone has ever come about, I don't know that there's one that's more typically stereotypical. I jest. I'm obviously not OCD, for goodness sake. Anyway, I picked you as OCD long ago. You won't freak out if they start rummaging through your luggage at customs, will you? You will breathe in far more germs on the flights to Sydney that you will ever get from a hotel room anyway. I didn't say anything about germs. I just said it's a preference. Call it a spiritual preference if you want. I mean, if you want to think of something you don't understand, Wolfie. Anyway, if you want the tickets instead of the accommodation, then I have given you an alternative offer. This is now his offer, okay? Produce a flight plan, map that works, and the formula, or make those admissions publicly in a video. And then I can give you tickets to Australia. Like, what about the bit where you produce your gyro vid? Have you forgotten that part? I mean, this guy, we both know that you cannot produce a flight plan that works. You can't hide behind not being a pilot. Plenty of non-pilots produced excellent flight plans for my SAW challenge. Teenage kids leave school and learn to flight plan in 2 weeks at pilot school. You have had almost a year or so. You have had almost a year, so I accept no excuses on those grounds. You simply cannot do it. You know that as well as I do. That was my whole point. That is what we already know, and when you can admit it honestly and fully, as per my alternate offer, you can have a free trip to Australia on me. My dad gets a free round-the-world trip each year on my points. I have more than I will ever need. You only have to be honest and admit you failed my challenge and that you cannot produce a real flight plan that works. That is the truth after all, isn't it, mate? So I reply, this is quite long. I had fun writing this. Give me a second. Oh dear. Wait. Before I go on, let me make sure. Yeah, everything is okay. Right. Just making sure the transmission hadn't got. Okay. Oh dear. You really appear to be worried. Now you are blatantly lying, mate. I told you that I have my gyro perfectly balanced and the bearings lubed with high quality lube many times. Quote, that's very interesting. How is it you didn't mention any of this on the 20 or so times I have publicly called you out for not producing your drift vid? Oh yes, because you just made this told you many times thing up in your head, and now you think the real world will accommodate this. No, pal. Just like it won't accommodate you doubling the cube silliness. You're doubling the cube silliness, no matter how much you want it to. The world just doesn't work that way. Now, just so you are clear, you put the flight plotting challenge out there, or the flight planning, okay? I accepted, although the challenge was not directed at me. I chose to accept it of my own free will, and I did so on the condition that you first produce a video showing the correct apparent drift for your location. You accepted that challenge. I then spelled it out to you so you'd have what you were agreeing to nice and clear, and for the benefit of your readers. Here I'm going to add, I also said to him, care to mention a route you'd like me to plot. And he said, this is the thing where earlier I said, I'm going to tell you how you know you're dealing with a complete, one of these people just so, well, Dunning-Kruger. I asked him to choose a route or to tell me what route he'd like me to plot. And he said, no, entirely up to you. In which case I could do a route between two islands, you freaking clown shoe. I said, are you sure? Are you sure? I did all of this, making sure that he understood what he was actually agreeing to. He didn't, yeah, so I could do an island hopping. I could do an island separated by 2 miles of ocean flight if I wanted to. This imbecile didn't stipulate. I asked him to stipulate and he said, entirely up to you. Didn't even stipulate the number of miles or anything. The moron. This is why I'm showing this, because we really are dealing with one of those guys. You know, like nice but dim. Anyway, you confirmed that you understood, asking for a few weeks. So let me go back. You accepted that challenge. I then spelled it out to you so you'd have what you were agreeing to nice and clear and for the benefit of your readers. You confirmed that you understood, asking for a few weeks as you were in the US at the time. Routine training, I think it was. You then went quiet. Weeks later, I prompted you. You complained a bit about not being able to balance your gyro. I broke my motor and told you about this in a, hey, at least you haven't burnt your motor out way. And you said you were going to use high-grade lube, and then you went quiet again. You remained quiet for long months, so I called you out 20 or so times. You remained quiet. I mocked you from time to time about not being able to balance your gyro. Now and then you'd pipe up about me not completing the challenge, at which point I'd immediately remind you of the you drift vid first condition. Then you'd go quiet again and again for months at a time. Then out of the blue, you claim to have a gyro drifting perfectly, but instead of making the drift vid and hence completing your side of the challenge, you instead offer to give me a shiny toy and insist, a tad weirdly, I might add, that I stay at a hotel instead of wherever I choose to stay. No, mate, the world doesn't work this way. Like with doubling the cube, some things you just cannot have, no matter how much you want them. A more intelligent man would have cottoned onto this when I said I'd pass on the shiny toy and hotel. But instead, you go on insisting on this hotel stay. Get this nice and clear. I will not be staying in any 5-star hotel. Got it? I will stay where I want to stay. And I will come when I am ready to come. And this would be when I have finished what I am working on now, like I said in the very first comment. What gives me the impression that you are becoming anxious? The fact that you've gone from take all the time you want to, so when are you coming? Give me an idea of when. Just a month is enough for now. Despite my challenge accepted message being, now don't get your panties in a twist. If I don't hop on the next flight, I have more important things to do first. So you'll forgive me if I take my time. This remains the same, just like the Delian problem. It has not changed. You mention how you have millions of air miles and that I have not invited you to Manchester in response to the comment asking why you don't fly here instead. Firstly, what are you, a vampire who has to be invited first? Secondly, I invited you years ago, mate. But if you already forgot what you read only a few hours ago, of course you've forgotten what you read years ago. The invite stands, but don't let this sidetrack you. Okay, that was way before any challenge, so really don't let it sidetrack you. back to the case in hand. If you have millions of air miles and one of your criteria is for me to meet the Pussy Gang, I mean the Five Stooges, I mean the Beowulfs, how's this for an idea? You fly them all to Manchester. I can video the Beowulfs as you all exit the airport holding hands in fear of the Brit youths, which is the worst thing to do if you're afraid of youths. You know, a group of adult men all holding hands. Not a good idea. And anyway, they don't congregate around airports. Too much Babylon. So your fear would be misplaced. Bring the Hobbit, and he can join me doing the Horizon Tube test from the top of Mount Snowdon. He can take the special train, and not so cruel as to insist he walk up with me. What am I doing writing this? Am I really trying to renegotiate? No, I'm mocking you. That's what I'm doing. Plus, I enjoy writing. My main points have already been covered. Now I'm just leading you by the nose like an obedient donkey hanging on my every word. Now, if you really wanted to press me, you'd upload your implied gyro drift vid and say, there you go, mate. Now show us your map and flight details. You won't, of course. Instead, you'll moan and invent that I'm reneging or didn't accept your offer, contradicting reality as much as your cosmology contradicts the world of possibility. So just so it's nice and clear in your mind, yes, I accept your offer to come to Oz. Yes, I will pass on the hotel and shiny toy. You will know when I'm ready because it will be soon after my next book is out. Got it? And you still read all of this, even though I said I was leading by the like a donkey? Shake my head. He did read that, by the way. Just kind of, you kind of have to. His reply. Well, mate, today I learned you have genuine mental issues, so I will go easy on you. You do understand that being afraid to stay in a hotel because other people have used the beds is quite irrational. No? Nothing to do with it. He doesn't get it. Worrying about hotel beds and EMF will do more damage to your health than either of them ever will. Hey, we'll spend long hours at high levels of radiation do damage to your health, pilot. But hey, mental illness is an illness, so you probably can't help it. You have certainly mastered the art of self-delusion. Projection. Why would I be anxious when I won this months ago? You lost the day you revealed your map. What part of your map cannot satisfy my challenge do you still not understand? You cannot produce a flight plan that works or the formula I asked for using that map. You know this as well as I do. If you could do it, you would be in line for a Nobel Prize and the hero of Flat Earth already. Geez, they have this obsession with Nobel Prizes, these poor dim-dims. Just shiny things and trinkets. Read carefully. Remember, I showed, before reading this, his video posted on the 24th of March. Read carefully. I have a video on my channel posted on the 24th of March 2019 of a perfectly balanced gyro with cable resistance removed on a plastic table, and it is absolutely not remaining stationary when powered. This utterly destroys your claims. It is right there, and I have mentioned it and linked it to it numerous times. He hasn't, never. It's still not there now. You are being totally disingenuous, pretending you don't know about it. No, this is a fantasist. The poor guy is a fantasist. He's a pilot and that, yeah, but he's still a fantasist. Sure, I would be happy to fly the pack to the UK for a holiday. Will you be covering our expenses whilst there? Yes or no? You do realize we have jobs and wives that like us. What? And some of us have children too. What? You do realize we have jobs and wives that like us, and some of us have children too. You apparently have no job and live alone, so it makes far more sense for you to be the one to travel. If you invite me to your city, offer me a new laptop and to cover accommodation in a 5-star hotel and all expenses while in the UK, I absolutely 100% accept that offer with no hesitation right now. We'll start planning my trip as soon as possible. Oh, you poor thing. If that was the case, you will still have to wait until I finish what I'm working on. So will you offer me this? Yes or no? Please answer directly. Yes or no? That is what I am offering you. So I await your answer on that. Keep waiting. I was happy to leave this alone, as I won long ago, but for some reason you still want to keep mentioning it in your videos. You leave out the relevant details though, like the fact that you failed already. Poor guy. My invitation to come to Australia was partially to jolt you into reality. When you see the gyro moving in person, you cannot deny it any further. It was also due to the fact that you seem quite obsessed with a wolf pack, even though you make it with a bear cubs. You make it very obvious that none of us take you seriously. What? Even though we make it very obvious, none of us take it very seriously and are laughing at you. Oh, you mean like the guy with a torch? You know as well as I do that you will never be able to produce a flight plan, map, and formula I requested, so why the charade? Denying my video is silly. It is right there, posted on the 24th of March. I'm going to show this again, by the way. I have provided links to it for some of your subs who subsequently sculpted away without further comment. Oh, I bet. Nobody can deny that it moves. That is one video. I have hours more footage of it. Up my sleeves too. Quite frankly, it is too good to waste on you. Remember, mate, I knew since the beginning that Nodell was lying about being a commercial pilot. I just sat on that gem for a while, waiting for the best time to reveal it. I am a strategist. Just before the FEIC, whatever, 2018, that my subs started skyrocketing when the opportunity I was waiting for. Same with the bulk of my gyro footage, mate. You're the one who seems anxious, as you always keep asking for it. I am in no hurry at all. It is quite redundant, though, after Nodell's $20,000 gyro confirmed Earth's rotation at 15 degrees per hour, but if the correct opportunity arises, I will make a video using it. Sorry, but you don't rate as the correct opportunity. Your channel is small, your stats are weak, and you have no support from any of the big FE channels. You mean any of the shills? You're a tiny fish in a little pond. Why would I waste an ace up my sleeve on a little fellow like you when I can use it to fry bigger fish in the future? Didn't you say that you've posted it on your channel already? It's not up your sleeve then, is it? You may see the rest of the footage one day. You may not. Either way, you still can't produce a flight plan that works, so I always win. What part of that do you not understand? Sure, take all the time you want. Both of us are there for the taking. Which one are you accepting? One, the accommodation and the laptop, or the tickets when you show me the flight plan, map and formula, or make those full admissions that you cannot. Wow, this poor guy. Those are the offers, mate. You can take them or leave them. At this point, it really makes no difference to me, as realizing you have genuine mental issues has killed the fun that comes from teasing you and watching you react so ridiculously. My challenge was a flight planning challenge, not a flight plotting challenge. Why did he deliberately try to twist that? I didn't. It's just the kind of almost synonymous. Please explain. Flight planning. You need to produce a real flight plan with tracks, distances, PNRs, CPs, and fuel calculations. Plus a single formula I use to verify distances between waypoints in your flight plan based on your map. The challenge required far more than just plotting. Yeah, but plotting was required, right? Yes, right. Oh, so you get it. Was that a typo or a weak and desperate attempt to sneak in yet another goalpost change? Goalpost change? Come to Australia, show you a gyro. Don't want to stay in a hotel? Come to Australia, show you a gyro drifting, and I'll give you a shiny laptop. Don't want the hotel stay or the laptop, thanks. Well then, how about this offer? I give you the tickets when you show the flight plan and make a full series of admissions. Would that be a goalpost change? Complete imbecile. Right, so now I'm going to go back and show his channel and show how, well, just a second. Hey. Show how on the 24th of March, he has no gyro vid, which he claims in those messages he's told me about so many times and passed links to, and you think he might have passed a link to it then. Oh, so his answer would be, oh, I put it on private. Here. Okay. This video is the only video he has which was posted on the 24th of March. But some people might say, oh, maybe time zone, maybe it was the 23rd or the 25th. Maybe it shows us it. No, there was no other video posted on the 20. Well, I'll find it. Here's the video. Sunset in Perth, 24th of March. Okay, this one here. There. Because it's Sunday the 24th. Right. Next video. 25th. Let's see gyros. No gyros. Can you see I'm scrolling? No gyros. He's just complaining. He's just complaining. This video, the next day. Okay, I'm scrolling slowly. I can't be bothered watching the whole thing because it's just so boring and tedious, the guy. Look, I'm scrolling slowly. Okay, this is apparently either this or the other video with the sunset. It's really a gyro vid. Yeah, showing a gyro on a plastic table drifting. Okay, I'm scrolling. Maybe he added it at the very end. Nope. Nope. What's this? No, that's not it either. Look, I'll go back to it. Okay. Oh, this is not the video that he alluded to. So let's go to the next day. So that was this day, and just check then. Let's go to this day. We know this video. It starred in one of my Hangouts. Let's see whether in this one he cuts away to a video scene of a gyro drifting on a plastic table. I'm scrolling. No. God, that's interesting. And that was March 22nd. This is why I will no longer be addressing fools like Wolfie 6020. People who like him. I don't know if it's the radiation from flying at such altitudes that's just frying his brain. I don't know if it's early onset Alzheimer's. I don't know what it is. It could just be straightforward deceit, spiritual corruption. His continuous goal shifting while claiming goal shifting. You're trying to goal shift. His continuous backpedaling while saying, you keep backpedaling, you. His continuous claims, I've done this, I've done this, I've done this, even on my channel. These are the actions of somebody whose brain is not working very well. Like, really? What? So now, the poor Globlings who excuse the excuses, okay, will say, Wolfie must have pressed it on private. He must have loaded it on the same day as the sunset video and then just placed it on private. Yes, that's what it is. It must be. Wolfie wouldn't lie. And that's why I've called this excusing the excuses, because this is what the Globlings do continuously. They just excuse the excuses all of the time. Hi, everyone in the chat. Emma Ryder asked a monk to post a link to his mystery vid. He doesn't have it. It doesn't exist, Emma Ryder, so he can't. But what he's very good at is just moving away from a conversation, not making any more mention or replying. If I say to him, hey, why don't you paste a link to it? He'll pretend he hasn't read it. And in his brain, he will really pretend he hasn't read it. I didn't see that. I made a video. Gyroscope was drifting perfectly. Made a video, put it on the internet. Said, Antonio, hey, it's here. Antonio said, oh, good gosh. Yeah, all of that happened in the real world. That's why I mentioned in the start, my comments to him were like, dude, have you taken the film Joker to heart? What the heck? Anyway. I'm checking the chat, by the way. Thomas Grant writes, obviously, if he had it, he would have presented it already. He's a liar caught in a net of lies. Of course. He would have just pasted a link. Here it is, and you watched it and you made a comment, and here's a comment, or whatever. No, because I haven't watched anything because he hasn't done anything. He hasn't presented anything. Now he's pretending that he has because I showed that video of the drift. Like, oh, unfortunately, it's missing drift on one of the axes. The guy says, because it's aligned to north, there's no drift. No. You're talking about a sphere. Yes, drift. Pointing to north, you haven't got it aligned to the axis like an EQ mount. That would show no drift. No, you've got it level to your surface. So yes, drift. Where's the drift? Not there. Oh, yeah, of course. Because the Earth isn't freaking rotating, that's why. Anyway. So, just wanted to share that. Oh, people writing about somebody being an automoron. Scaries, don't write lube too much. It will make the wolf howl. The complete corrupt. I mean, so my conclusion is just a broken, spiritually broken guy who's like mental connection to that spirit is also broken. That's my conclusion. And that's why so deceitful, so shitty. That's why broken. Not broken in a mental health way. Like just broken in a spiritual connection way. Wait a minute. I think I had something else I was going to show. No. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it. God, I still have this rotten cold. Oh, right. So, okay. So, yes, I meant to say this. I was going to be on a debate with the Spanish channel, but I got home late and terrible cold and cancelled it for another day. But since then, I thought, wait a second. What the heck am I doing going to debate a Globelink on a Globelink channel? Nah. They have this habit of disappearing those hangouts. Instead, I will do it on this channel. Let's face it, it's a Sunday afternoon, UK time, and I have more people viewing, even though I have half the number of subscribers than he did. So, half the number of subscribers, more people watching live. We'll do it on this channel, thank you. And Marlon writes, at least 60 of you have not hit either thumbs up or thumbs down. Please show your appreciation for all the work. Antonio, just Antonio, not Maestro. But in for us and hit the thumbs up if you like this. If you like it, hit the thumb. Yeah, I'm watching the thumbs now. I'm now literally watching the thumb. Let's see what happens. Oh, 48. 49. By the way, there's a much shorter disruption with delay with StreamYard. 51 thumbs. Cool. Wolfie the Paw. It's like that guy. And it's sad. We have to kind of, a part of us has to go, dude, this is kind of sad. The guy with the torch going, look, it's not illuminating the thing. It's supposed to be illuminating from the angle. It's sad. that they have to go to those lengths, because I think they're not realizing that they're tricking themselves. I don't think they're fully conscious and doing it to trick the stupid globalings. I think they're kind of fooling themselves. Yeah, well, if it was like this, then you wouldn't see. Like, looking through the chat. That Cosmic Surfer. Dim Dim is a new reality. Yeah. Aye. So, and this was the other thing. So I've been making these, enjoying, showing the ludicrousness of the globe cosmology. By the way, the more you look into it, the more ludicrous it gets. Like, really. Hey, we found galaxies that don't even have any dark matter. Yeah, they found galaxies that don't have dark matter. Can't quite see them, but they must be there. That's what they mean by found. Wait a minute. I just found, sorry about sniffing. I just found Santa's keys. They're in his second drawer down. That's what they do. Oh, God. Dim Dim in his bedsit smoking pot. This is not a bedsit. This is just my bedroom. This is not pot. This is a cigarette. Sorry. So I'm checking. What? Well, 1,000 Sastro writes, I used to see Antonio is more important than the truth. What? I'm going to check your comments. 1,000 Sastros. 1,000 Sastro. What are you writing? Antonio, beware of Wolf. He has all the support of me. Freemasonry. These are dangerous people. Don't go there. I will go there and laugh. Antonio, beware of Wolfie. Has all the support of doesn't matter. I will go there and laugh. Rune Thorson, watch the Anton Petrov upload Neutron Star for a laugh with us. I'm going to roll. I'm going to close it. Rune Thorson. I will watch that though myself, but it's just, oh God, these guys. They really think if they can imagine something, then it's true. In fact, they say as much. In an infinite universe with infinite dimensions or parallel universes, anything you can think of is true, happens. Like, really, this is literally what they say. They claim that in an infinite world with infinite possibilities, parallel universes being a possibility, they say, anything you can possibly imagine is true. For instance, where's my cigarette? Imagining this, okay? A little bit of smoke here going up and wah, becoming a huge elephant coming and crashing this thing somewhere in the universe. That happens. Because you can think it. That's really what they do, guys. I'm not joking. That's the realm that they live in. If we can think it, then it's true. Cosmic Surfer, yes, I've made a few videos about it. He says, I read an article today where they found a star that is far older than our universe. Yeah, I made a couple of videos. It's called Methuselah. That a couple of videos ago. Yeah, 2 or 3 sessions ago. Rune Thorson, no, it doesn't actually work out. So Rune Thorson writes, yes, philosophically that works out, but this gives a bad name to philosophy. If I can imagine it, then it is true in a sense. No. So philosophy is not about invention. It's about resolution, resolving things, how to arrive at the truth. That's philosophy. This would be metaphysics, so that realm of philosophy. The idea that anything is possible is contingent on there being multiple parallel universes. That's the fundamental premise. There are multiple parallel, infinite number of multiple parallel universes. But if you say that's not true, there's no evidence for that, they can say, well, evidence would be metaphysical too. We can claim that the evidence is the fact that we just thought of it. But you can then say, that's not true. I just thought of you being dead right now, but you're not dead. See? Just thinking something doesn't make it so. Abominable Snowman. Yeah, I'm getting all sorts of science videos suggested in my homepage feed. No FE material, though. I'm only aware of 3 channels now. Yeah, so they try. But it doesn't, you see, you know how the left has ate itself politically, the political left? The LGBT is collapsing, all of that crap. You know how they're just turning on each other and it's all collapsing? The lesbians are now against the transgenders because transgenders are saying, you have to love me, I'm a woman too, and all of that. Don't be a transphobe and all of this. So it's all collapsing. It's all the same with the cosmology. The cosmology is collapsing. Their cosmology is collapsing. And they're ending up with, well, we know that there are problems here. We know that there are problems here. We just need some solutions. Anybody got any suggestions? And they're literally asking for suggestions. They're all wiped out of ideas. No, that's it. We've covered everything in the fantasy realm. We need something fresh. Right, guys, I really am going to go. I need to go and blow my nose. I want to have something to eat. Thank you very much for the thumbs up. And thanks for hanging out. Wolfie. Oh, by the way, right. So, yes, this is what I was going to say. I'm working on a magnetic declination map. Okay. If you look at the latest findings on magnetic declination, there's a little bit of skullduggery going on. They're hiding some details. Okay. But never mind that, because you can use last year's details. It doesn't really matter. So I'm making a magnetic declination map, okay, with latitudes between the Arctic Circle and the Antarctic Circle. Those latitudes separated into 10 degrees or 10 latitudes, and 24 longitudes. So I'm plotting this now. I'm working on this now. When I've finished, I'm not giving it free. I'm not making it freely available for people because it's taken me a heck of a long time and I want it so I can have it in the second book. Okay. What I will do is I will have some kind of competition. I'll have a competition and whoever wins the competition gets the physical map. I've already done a study of it. I've already looked at it. It's like, oof, this is very interesting. This is, apart from anything else, pretty beautiful. But yeah, so there you go. But don't come moaning that I don't make it free. It's like, wait a second. How many hours do you give me of your time free? I don't, what? Huh? No. So yeah, there you go. Right, folks, I will see you all, and I will make, eventually the map will be out there. But first, I thought it would be fair if I made a competition, and in fact, I will give it to all my Patreons. They can all have a copy each. But anyone who's not my patron, you can do the competition thing. I've not thought of what the competition would be. No, I'll think of what the competition would be. No digital copies, Zenboy. No. Physical copies. I will send a physical copy to all of the all my patrons, and then I will send the physical copy to whoever it is that wins. And that's a copy of the map, not a copy of the book, because the book's going to be a while before it's finished. The map's going to be finished in the next couple of weeks, next week maybe. Depends. It's Christmas. I don't know. Anyway, there you go. Thank you very much, folks. I'm going to go. I really need to bail. I now have to find how to quit this. Oh, yeah, here it is. Okay, thanks, folks. Later all. Bye.